investigators, YouTubers. MJ here with our next episode. In this episode, I'm going to show you how I make door hinges out of brass hollow tubing. This is a support rod. This is 32 thousandths, I believe. And then my aluminum tubing here. This is what's going to get cut, put on the door. So let's first part is, and I need it, there's my pencil. The first part is we're going to go ahead and get our mark for our width of the hinge, which will work pretty good there. So I'm going to go in there and mark it. And say right about there. Double check. Yeah, that'll be really good. That'll work there. So what we need to do is roll our brass tubing here so we can get it cut. Brass cut's a little tougher, just a little. You should be using a better blade though. Helps to have a new blade. And try to hold it straight. Because you don't want to cut angles, you know, kind of like putting threads on it. I probably should replace this tip. I broke the tip off it a while back. So we'll get that cut. We'll insert the brass rod. Now what we're going to do is gotta figure out our length, which is going to be like right about there. So I bend it completely over. Get as tight as a bend as you can get it. Try to make it uniform, you know, perfect 90. And then, same with down here, make sure you hold this rod, the hollow brass tubing down. Grab the rod and bend it as tight as you can get it. Doesn't matter if you're off, because it'll straighten out. All you gotta do is just twist a little bit and it'll line right up. There we go, nice and flat. Then you need to go in, you need to try to cut the other one almost the same length. You know, if it's a little off, it's really not going to bother you too bad. So there's that piece. And I don't have a flat edge I need to lay it on, but we'll try laying it on here. Yes, it lays nice and flat. That's what you want, nice and flat. Next part is I got a pair of these old, I've had these a long time. I think these are made in Taiwan. Got another pair, but I think it's out in my box. So what you're going to do is we'll put her there, and our bends, what we're going to do is we're going to bend it this way, back. Going to give it a little pocket is what we're going to do. So, and I usually use this as a guide. I bend them all the same way, like so. Try to get as close to 90 as you can get out of it, because that'll help in the end. So there's that one. Let's go down and let's get this one done. That's good there. Bend her down. You're almost at 90. Okay, so this part here is what goes on the body. And that's why we got our little angles here. And if they're off a little bit, doesn't matter. You can tweak it back just a little bit, like so. Maybe a little more. There we go. Now, the tricky part is you got to figure out where you want your bends. But I pretty much do them all with just the thickness of the needle nose here. Seems to help the most. And go 90 with it. And then come back. Now I'll go 90 with that. I'm going just a little bit farther. There we go. And give that a 90. Keep in mind, try to keep everything 90. Now, you see how I have the piece here. What you're going to do is, it's going to be like so. Make sure it's perfectly straight and try to allow yourself a little. Don't go straight across from the brass tubing, hollow tubing. Come back just a little bit to do your bends and then go 90. Because you gotta allow for the thickness of the aluminum tubing, basically. So, and there's that one. So we bend that 90. A little far. There we go. Now it's got to tweak a little bit. That's pretty good. So what you have is you have your little pocket right here. Let me come up just a little bit. You have your little pocket here, so when you open a door, it misses the fender. Pretty cool, huh? Now this one needs to be tweaked just a little bit. A little bit more. And that should be pretty much it. You know, finesse with it just a little bit, but not a big deal. Because you want these as straight as can be, because when you pull that door off, you want to be able to get it back in there. Okay, that one's good. Let's go down and do this one. There. Okay, there's that. Now, we need to mark our aluminum tubing. I usually make it the whole distance here right after this 90. I make it the whole distance.